Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where you are. Danielle here, and it's been a long time since I've gone live, and thought I would challenge myself and come on and talk to you and share with you my story, and sharing my story in an effort that I'm hoping it's encouraging and helps someone. I hope that for individuals who are feeling a pull in their soul to do something different, to do something more meaningful, more purposeful, more impactful, that you will see this live as an opportunity to really tap into what you're feeling, and not only tap into the feeling around that, but really step into making a decision in terms of what's best for you, your mental health, and your life. So you're going to see me look down a little bit because I wrote some notes, but essentially for me, the decision was years in the making, almost a decade in the making, honestly. I started my journey in terms of personal development, really being succinct in it around 2016. And at the time, I was searching for truly wanting to understand what success meant, what purpose meant. And as a result of going through that journey, understanding that when you're walking in your purpose, that's when success comes. You know, one of the best definitions for me around success is by Earl Nightingale, where he talks about success being the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Meaning that if there's an ideal, something in your life that you want to do, you have a desire to do, and you are actively pursuing that, that is success. It's not the dollars in the bank. It's not the things that you have. And hear me in this, those things are lovely. I like them too. I'm not even gonna lie. But the joy and the fulfillment that I was desiring and seeking did not come as a result of having the things, having the bag, the car, the house, the travel. Those are beautiful things and certainly enhance your life, but it is not the end-all be-all in terms of success and where you desire to be. It wasn't until 2023 when I actually moved into definitive, purposeful action around my decision to leave. So I'd been there at that point last year, 17 years. There were good times in those years, but towards the end, not so good for me, not so good for my mental health, not so good for my physical health, not so good for my soul. So I knew it was time for me to do what my soul and what my heart was calling me to do. And that was one, take a break and rest. And then two, move into service work, working as a coach, a life coach, a professional purpose coach is the essence of my calling, and helping other leaders see and achieve the same. So while I knew in 2017 it was time for me to move, fear kept me there. Again, that steady paycheck, which is simply a weapon, a bribe to keep you stuck, to keep you right where you're at, particularly when you are earning, quote, good income. And by that I mean, you know, there's the status of once you hit six figures, you know, or hit multiple six figures, it's kind of like you've arrived, right? So all of those things. And on the outside, people looking at my life and being like, wow, you know, you really accomplished it a lot. Wow, that's great. But on the inside, me feeling like I was dying daily, looking in the mirror and preparing for work and not knowing who I was. So that's when, June 22nd, 2023, I walked away, literally. I gave my 2 weeks notice, 2 weeks prior, and I walked away from it all. And people didn't understand. You know, my colleagues was like, Danielle, what the heck? They thought I was going to retire with that company, 17 years there. Yeah, you retire from places like that, right? But my soul wouldn't allow me to do it. My soul was calling me to something greater, something bigger. And next week, I'm going to do a real deep dive into how my life is so different once I walked past or walked through the door of fear, not knowing what the future outcome would look like per se. I had a desire for what I wanted my future to look like. So over the last year, I really have taken the time to rest, rejuvenate myself, but in the process of that, also putting myself through what I call a 5-step program, so to speak. And I've entitled it The Clear Strategy.